Hello, grade 4 learners. My name is Teacher L and welcome to our science class quarter 3 week 4. Today, we will be describing motion using distance, time, and speed. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to learn the following objectives. Calculate the speed of a moving object. Recognize the importance of having accurate measurements in describing motion. Today, let's start with a quick review of what we learned in our previous lesson about forces. I have some pictures here. Look closely at these children doing their daily tasks. Now let's think about this. What do you observe in these pictures? How do these actions relate to what we learned about forces? Can you describe what kind of force is being applied in each task? Well, when sweeping the floor, a push and pull force moves the broom. Wiping the table uses a push, with friction helping to clean the surface. Arranging chairs involves pushing or pulling to change their position. Picking up trash uses a pull to lift it against gravity. These actions show how forces like push, pull, and friction are part of everyday tasks. This time, let us do worksheet number 1 describing motion picture analysis, and then let us answer the following process questions. 1. Who do you think will win in this race and why? Now for me, I think the boy with an orange hair and wearing a yellow t-shirt because he is ahead of the others. Number 2. How do we determine the winner? Now the first to reach the finish line will be the winner. The child with an orange hair and wearing a yellow t-shirt because he is ahead of the others. Next, number 3, have you tried participating in a 100-meter dash or similar races? Now, for my experience, I did not yet participated in such kind of race. Next, number 4, when can we say that a person runs fast? Now, a person runs fast if he runs ahead of others in a race. Now, why is understanding the concept of speed important in sports like track and field? You may write your answer in your notebook. Let's do this activity called Guess the Word. We have here sets of pictures, and your task is to figure out what word or term these pictures are trying to reveal. Now, these words are important for our lesson today, so pay close attention. Position. Position is a place or point where something or someone is located or has been placed in relation to other things. Distance. Distance describes the length of the path traveled by a person or object from the initial position to the final position. Describes how far a moving object or person has traveled. Time. Time is the duration of an event. Speed describes how fast or slow an object or person has traveled. Measure, quantifying the length, width, and many more quantities. Frame of reference, a set of coordinates that can be used to determine the position and motion of an object. Meters per second, a common unit for measuring speed in the International System of Units. Now, let us analyze this scenario. Jermaine and Jervin are classmates and decided to race from one end of the basketball court at their school to the other end. Jermaine reached the other end in 10 seconds, while Jervin took 12 seconds. Who won? That's right. Jermaine won because he traveled the distance in the shortest time. This example gives us a clue about motion. Motion is defined as the change in position from a reference point. Now, what is a reference point in the context of motion? A reference point is a stationary object or place that is used to determine if an object has moved or not. It can also be the starting point or origin for measuring motion. Why is it important to have a reference point when describing the motion of an object? When describing the motion of an object, it is important to have a reference point to have a basis for the change in the object's position. Now, for example, in the picture at the right, the boys can be observed clearly because of his change in position relative to the tree, our reference point in this situation. How do we select a suitable reference point for describing the motion of an object? We select a suitable reference point for describing an object's motion by choosing an object in the environment that is fixed on the ground or that is stationary and does not move. Can you think of examples where different reference points might be chosen to describe the same motion? Examples of reference points include a tree, a sign, or a building. Now you may look around your room and identify some stationary objects that we can use as reference points. The motion of a person or an object can be described using the concepts of distance, time, and speed. Distance is a measure of how far 2 points are from each other. It can be measured using a ruler, a meter stick, or a tape measure. Time is a measure of the duration of an event taking place. It can be measured with a watch. Speed is a measure of how fast an object moves. Now let me explain how to compute speed. The formula we use is simple. Speed equals distance divided by time. So for example, if a car travels 100 kilometers in 2 hours, we can calculate the average speed by dividing the distance traveled by the time it took. The distance is 100 kilometers. Time is 2 hours. Now using the formula, we divide 100 by 2, which gives us 50 kilometers per hour. So the average speed of the car is 50 kilometers per hour. Just remember, speed is how much distance is covered in a certain amount of time. Let me show you how to compute distance using the formula distance equals speed times time. So in this scenario, a car takes 4 hours to cover a distance at a speed of 40 km per hour. So the question is, what should its speed be to cover the same distance in just 2 hours? First, we need to calculate the distance covered by the car in the original situation. Using the formula, we multiply the speed 40 km per hour by the time 2 hours, which give us a total distance of 80 kilometers. With this knowledge, we can now adjust the speed for 2 hours while keeping the same distance. This ensures that the car maintains its journey efficiently. Let me explain to you how to compute time using the formula time equals distance divided by speed. Example, a boy walks at a speed of 4 kilometers per hour. So what is asked is how much time will he take to walk a distance of 20 kilometers. To solve this, let us follow these steps. First, identify the given values. Speed is 4 kilometers per hour. Distance is 20 kilometers. Then use the formula and then substitute the given values into the formula, which is time equals 20 kilometer divided by 4 kilometer per hour. Then perform the calculation. So 20 divided by 4 is equals to 5. Therefore, the boy will take 5 hours to walk a distance of 20 kilometers. So the simple formula helps us determine how long it takes to cover a specific distance when the speed is constant. Now this time, use the provided template, reflect on bright ideas. So in the light bulb image, you will write 2 to 3 things in this lesson that were new to you, one important thing to remember, and 4 ideas or words that you're not sure about. Now class, please get your notebook and your ball pen and then answer part 1 multiple choice. Carefully read the questions, choose the correct answer from the choices below each question, and write the letter corresponding to the correct answer in your notebook. And for the essay part, read carefully the situation below, then answer the given question based on the rubric. Observe proper punctuation, capitalization, and spelling. Do this in your notebook. Good job, grade 4. Until next time, have a wonderful day.